First opened in 2017. There's a look at the beautiful state-of-the-art Mercedes-Benz Stadium here in Atlanta, GA. Coming up, we've got what should prove to be a good one, as it'll be the Baltimore Ravens taking on the Atlanta Falcons. Two teams more than ready to get this one started. And we are underway from Atlanta. And that's pretty good coverage by the kick team, as they'll only be able to get this past the 15-yard line and no further. They'll go play action here with Penix. And complete to Drake London. And he's going to be touched down, but he's got the first down.
I don't care who you put on him, he's going to be a handful of one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe needs some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
A run for the first time with Bijan Robinson. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Stopped by the safety, Kyle Hamilton.
And when the defense wins and gets up no yardage on a running play, that's something they can build on and carry themselves forward throughout the game.
Now a 2nd and 10. Looking to throw, Penix. That's complete to Robinson. They'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 25 yards there on the catch and run.
I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
And this is taken in by Darnell Mooney. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
Another nice play there. They've gotten down into the red zone in no time at all. That's what this offense can do when they get on a roll. And now they're set up with a 1st and 10.
Our game not even 2 minutes old, but a quick red zone opportunity. 1st and 10 right at the 20. That's out wide here for Robinson. And he is out of bounds. Looks like right at the 15. It'll go down as a gain of 6. And that will bring up 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
Hand off to Robinson out of the shotgun. And tackled down after a gain of 3.
Vincent, Russell Dillon.
3rd down.
Everybody
certainly had
goes.
success throwing the ball in this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
He'll try to pick it up himself. And just shy of the goal line as he's out of bounds right at the 1. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a 1st down.
1st and goal at the 1-yard line.
And looking to throw, Penix. Touchdown, Falcons! Bijan Robinson, a 1-yard touchdown reception. And the Falcons will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT. And it's now a 7-0 game.
Bradley Pinion set to kick off.
Now Pinion with the kickoff honors following the touchdown. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30.
Right, let's see what we got.
At their own 28-yard line.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. The NFL's leading rusher in 2019 and 2020, Derrick Henry. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
Jackson going to keep it under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this first quarter. Leonard Floyd just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. Raven football here as we begin quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 3rd down and long coming up. We'll see where they go for this play call. Obviously tough in this spot, backed up. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Part of what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Great plays, doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone. On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. This carry with the extra effort is going to get it stopped just shy of the 10. And it's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
2nd and 3.
To the air, Bennett got landed on a slant. And the Falcons are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5.
And the Falcons, 1st down.
They'll throw with Penix to the goal line, but it's incomplete. Down this close to the goal line, 1st down. Surprised that wasn't a run.
I am, and you know I'm old school. I want to run the ball on 1st down in this situation because 2nd down, that gives me an option of running play action, maybe throwing it.
Touchdown!
Seen that coming.
Bijan Robinson with his 2nd touchdown here in this 1st half. And the Falcons go up by 2 touchdowns. Gonzalez good on the extra point. And it's now 14-0.
Falcons 14. Ravens nothing. Bradley
following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Still 2nd quarter, you get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay.
Yeah, we're still in there.
They'll come up now, 3rd and 3. Here's Jackson.
Hit.
Rifles one, that's going to be intercepted.
I haven't played in a long time now.
He's back inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. Boy, he had to fit that into a pretty tight window over the middle. And, Charles, I think they were in zone defensively, weren't they?
They certainly were. Nice read on your part. And sometimes the quarterback isn't fooled between zone and man. Sometimes you're fooled by the type of zone that he sees. Because oftentimes those linebackers will vacate and run downfield with receivers. In this case, he played a pure zone and was in the wrong spot for the QB.
2 minutes to play, 1st half. It's 14-0. Here's 1st and goal, and gosh, points here, a chance maybe to put this thing away before halftime. And he gets in, touchdown.
Biggest comeback forever.
Michael Penix scoring on the sneak from a yard Falcons are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT. And it's now 21-0. Now Pinion with a kickoff honors following the touchdown.
At some point, we're going to get it through our heads. Special teams, special teams, special teams. The sport that often wins games.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession, but I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in their history ever come back from a 4-score deficit. If they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
Jackson. He's got his target. That's complete. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Now it's Jackson. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. Throwing is Jackson. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1.
That was not a real confident throw right there.
What up,
He's
Dave?
just 2 of 7 to start the game. Now he's going to have to
Having
find
a bad day,
groove.
Dave. Having a bad day.
Third down coming up. Let's see if his confidence can increase.
That's caught. It's Flowers.
Having a bad day. Bad day.
Maybe by about a yard, if that. They get 15, but they still needed a little bit more. Fourth down.
They're distance stuck.
Play action. Now Jackson. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6.
That's not work, dude.
This is first and goal and a golden chance to get a score
good,
back here
you
before
good.
halftime. They'll try and run for it with Henry. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Derrick Henry.
The greatest
As
comeback
the
ever.
first half is winding down. And the Ravens are on the board here in the final seconds of the first half.
Gotta go for 2.
Well, this had not been the greatest of first halves to this point. They've been pretty well dominated in all phases of the game, so this was an important drive just to show they can move the football and finish. And now they're on the board here on the touchdown run.
Jackson and the Ravens still on the field. They'll go for 2.
The Ravens will line up for the
They'll look to throw. And they're going to get the 2-point conversion, caught in the end zone, and that cuts the lead a bit further. So they go with a pass, and it works there on the 2-point try. Charles, just in general, what are your thoughts, passing versus running on 2-point conversion? Situational?
It is situational, and you have to know your team. What is your strength? Because so many people think you have to throw the ball in a 2-point conversion, but the stats will tell you that running it is about as proficient. So know your team and go to your strength.
What's up, Camo?
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And with a 2-score lead already, they may just look to get this thing to the locker room. And there's a diving catch. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half.
First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Now Penix. This pass is caught by London. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside.
You got something for all that.
First and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
It's going to be a pick.
Here's Penix. Touchdown Falcons! Drake London in the final seconds of the first half. And the Falcons will extend their lead here just before halftime. Gonzalez good on the extra point. And that pushes the lead up to an even 20.
Ravens 8.
So just 8 ticks remaining here in the first half as they'll kick this one away. And that one going to hop into the end zone, and it'll come out to the 20. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And with 8 seconds on the clock, really not a lot of time to try to put anything together. Looking for Bateman. He's got him complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before it's taken down. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. The Ravens set to receive the football, trailing here as we resume action in the third quarter. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback. Baltimore with good starting field position as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. From the gun, it's Jackson. Throw right side, going to be taken in by Henry. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch, I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. 25 yards there on the catch and run.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football. Right now, I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
What's up, Dan? Cash Money, what up? I'm on the ropes right now.
From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 34. Now Jackson. That one into the hands of Flowers. And they eventually get to him at the 17 after a pickup of 17 into the red zone. 1st down. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Jackson will throw again. Throw caught by Flowers. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Another 1st down as he went right back to the same well, this time for 17 yards.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it?
That was touchdown.
Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense, got to find.
They'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Derrick Henry with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Ravens are able to cut into this lead as they score on the opening drive of the second half. Jackson and the Ravens still on the field. They'll go for 2. They'll try and throw for it. Jackson going to keep it. And they are 3 for 3 on 2-point conversions as he is into the end zone for the score. And with a successful 2-point try, the QB rolling out, I would imagine on the defense that makes it tough. When he goes out, he's got the option to run or pass.
Yeah, it really does. If you decide not to bring extra people or extra pressure, maybe you have to have a spy on the quarterback, someone to account for him, because oftentimes that is the unaccounted for play.
I know they're down, but starting the third quarter there with the onside kick, what'd you think?
Well, I think that they're looking at it as we may not have as many possessions in this game as we want. There may be that sense and that feel that they've got to go ahead and make something happen. Steal possession, try and steal some points, and get themselves right back in a position to try and win the game.
That's blown downfield by London. An excellent pickup of 20 yards.
Now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, This is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try to put the hammer down and finish this one off.
And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the Ravens.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. That's caught left side with tight end Pitts. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Kyle Pitts, 25 yards for the touchdown. And the Falcons will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the third. Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT. And that will make this a 19-point game.
Bradley Pinion set to kick off.
And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. The Baltimore offense at the line set to get going. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
And the Baltimore first down. 1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
From midfield now, here's Jackson. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
And the end result of that play, you're almost not sure what you really want, because when he gets outside of the pocket, you actually hold your breath because you think he's going to run for big yardage. But when he chose to pull it down and throw it, and a play was made to knock it away, that's a pretty good end result. Not one you expected when the play began.
That's good for a Baltimore first down.
And Jackson throwing once more. Oh, look at that. A diving catch. A good pickup there. 21 yards.
21 more yards.
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal.
At the 10-yard line.
Now it's Jackson. That is caught. It's Bateman for a Raven touchdown. A 9-yard touchdown there. And the Ravens are able to get a score back in the final stages of this 3rd quarter. Well executed there offensively. Defense looked a little confused, but he found his receiver, and that one good for 6 points.
And the payoff we just saw there tells us how many times they ran this play in practice over the past few weeks, because they executed that flawlessly right here on game day when the situation arose.
And they decide fairly early here they need the ball back, so here's an onside kick. And a good job here by the Falcons. Their hands team able to recover. The risk reward of the onside kick. When you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling, whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep. Those types of things, now they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
Back now in Atlanta. It's the Falcons. They've got the football. They've got the lead as we get set to start the 4th. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. From the shotgun, it's Penix. That's out wide here for Robinson. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Bijan Robinson, 29 yards. And the Falcons have pretty well put it away here in the 4th quarter. The Falcons are going to leave the offense out there. They'll go for 2. They'll try and throw with Penix. Looking there for Pitts, but intercepted. Picked off by Roquan Smith.
The attempt at the 2-point conversion is that's the score. Falcons 41. Ravens.
It's interesting that when it comes to 2-point conversions, even heavy run teams tend to throw the ball in these situations. In this case, this one was intercepted.
Yeah, they weren't fooled. They were ready for the pass, picked it off. Now Pinion with the kickoff honors following the touchdown. And that's pretty good coverage by the kick team, as he'll only be able to get this past the 15-yard line and no further. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. We said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Here's Jackson to throw. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. A throw on the run, but that's going to be incomplete. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a Scotian credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
He's got his man downfield. That's Bateman. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A gain there of 21 yards. Those are the types of plays they probably wish they had made more of in the first 3 quarters. And this deficit going to be tough to overcome here in the 4th. But a nice first down and a pickup on that throw.
Yeah, and this is where as coaches, you're looking for effort and execution, even though the scoreboard is going against you. You want to find out who's going to fight, who's going to scrap, who's going to keep their heads up and continue to play. Yeah, their backs up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
He's got his man. It's Andrews. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. The end result, 21 yards.
Baltimore first down. First and goal at the 8-yard line.
Jackson from the shotgun. And he'll be hit as he releases it. And that'll fall incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. Quick throw there is incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. They blanketed the field, dude.
That is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Lamar Jackson taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Ravens have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th.
The Ravens will line up for the 2-point conversion.
Jackson here is going to look to throw. And he's going to get in. So they're back within 11. And, of course, on the 2-point try, had the option to run or pass. They pass it there, and it works.
Felt pretty straightforward, didn't it? An open receiver, ball's put on him, 2 points for them.
2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And a good job here by the Falcons. Their hands team able to recover it. Well, CD, you understand. I mean, they're so eager trying to get back in this game here in the 4th quarter, but they touched that one a little too early before it went 10 yards.
Brandon, in such a high-stakes scenario, everyone's feeling the pressure on this play. The special teams coordinator, which one is he going to pick in terms of kicks? Can the kicker execute it? Can the team wait for 10 yards? So many variables, and in this case, they didn't get it done.
And they're going to be set up down around the the 15-yard line. 23 yards on the play.
First and 10 at the 15-yard line.
So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his second incompletion.
Well, if he's not locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit. A lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
Here's 2nd and 10. That one looks like he'll throw here. Crossing route and complete. He's got Pitts. And the Falcons are going to have a first and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is first and goal. To the air, Penix. It's caught on the right side by Robinson. Nice job defensively to hold him to 4, and now it's 2nd and goal.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space.
Michael Penix scoring on the sneak from a yard out. And the Falcons have made it a 3-score game now here in the 4th. But not much defensive resistance on that drive. And really, Charles, the way this offense has been humming, they haven't faced much defensive resistance the entire game.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say that one team, their defense did not wake up and make it to the stadium for this one. There may be some major changes on that side of the ball when we see them the next time out.
Bradley Pinion set to kick
Following the
off.
touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
26-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against, too.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out, because now it's not a total loss, because as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
And he slings one that's incomplete.
Yeah, I lost.
They certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first
I lost.
But they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the
First game in 2 weeks, y'all.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Now it's Jackson. He's got his running back out of the backfield. And they've got it well across midfield, down to the 40 before it's all said and done. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they stop it with 14 seconds to go in the game. They go play action now. Jackson. That one into the hands of Hopkins downfield. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
Well, we're putting our defensive cap on right now. I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down. One last shot for Jackson. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by A.J. Terrell. And the Falcons come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now officially over.
I lost.
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
It really was.
And partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL. It's a win for the Falcons here as we say so long from Atlanta.